Hello, I welcome you in our BA Part 2 Compulsory English course. In this class, friends, we are going to discuss Module 1st. The title of the Module 1st is Oral Communication. And in this oral communication, we are discussing about the first module, and the title of the first module is Oral Communication. So, oral communication. What is the meaning of oral communication? So, communication means to communicate with each other. And why do we communicate? We communicate with each other to express our thoughts, to exchange our ideas, to express ourselves. And you know that there are various means and modes of express ourselves. So there is a oral communication, then there is a written communication, then through the body language also we express ourselves. But particularly in this module, we are discussing about oral and written communication. So oral means orally we are speaking, or the speech is the another name for the oral communication. So we speak. So in this module we are discussing characteristics of speech. So what is a speech? Speech is generally considered to be the primary medium of language. Means speech is generally, I repeat, speech is generally considered to be the primary medium of language. Second characteristic is speech is considered more spontaneous and uncensored. Third is speech is considered less permanent, though nowadays it is possible to record speech on tape recorders, CDs, DVDs, or in digital form. Then spoken language is considered dynamic, it changes rapidly. So let us discuss in detail all these four characteristics. So first thing is that speech is generally considered to be the primary medium of language. Primary medium of language means सुरुवातीला आपण काय करतो, तर सुरुवातीला आपण बोलायला शिकतो. म्हणजे आपली डेव्हलपमेंट कशी होते, किंवा आपण आपल्या म्हणजे लहान बाळ किंवा कोणी बघा आपल्या फॅमिलीमध्ये जे जर छोटं बाळ असेल तर ते छोटं बाळ कधी लिहायला नाही शिकत. पहिल्यांदा ते काय करतं, तर ते बोलायला शिकतं. तर दॅट इज वाय स्पीच इज प्रायमरी medium of language. Second thing is that speech is considered more spontaneous and uncensored. See, suppose when you are asked to speak, or when we chat with our friends, or when we communicate in our family, it means from morning to night, there are various situations are there, and in those various situations we speak. And for example, generally suppose when we are walking or when we are going somewhere, and if we meet someone, that time we are immediately asked that how are you, hello, then what is going on, etc. So it is what, it is a spontaneous reaction. But when you are asked to write something, that time are you able to write immediately? No. Because for writing we have to think. Then, so see, nowadays there is a no letter writing thing, but suppose if you are asked to write a letter, so there is a question for you, what to write, how to write, what type of a content should I write, should I use salutation or not. Then number of things are there, but such things are not there for speech. Another characteristic is that speech is considered less permanent. Means, see, suppose from morning, early in the morning you get up, and suppose at 6 a.m. you get up and you sleep at 10 p.m. So from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. there are number of occasion you meet, number of people you meet, number of incidents happen. So, is it possible that you record everything? No. That is why speech is considered less permanent. It is not means you are not recorded everything. Only important speeches can be recorded on tape recorder, CDs, DVDs, or in digital form. Otherwise, speech is not recorded. Then spoken language is considered dynamic. Dynamic, and it changes rapidly. So you change your sentence, you convert your sentence into different forms, and then so suppose for example you write something, so it remains the same, but you can change your language, you can change your sentences, etc. Then another rule or another characteristic of speech is that the rules of grammar may be slightly bent in spoken English. Means when you speak that time you don't strictly follow all grammatical rules. You never said you are going to the canteen. For example, here example is given. You are going to the canteen. You are going to the canteen. So in fact, it is a declarative or it is a statement. But in this statement, the person is asking or he is inquiring, or it is in fact it is a question. But instead of using structure for interrogative form, it is a statement is used for the purpose of question. Then in speech we use many time incomplete sentences instead of complete sentences. For example, you say that is this a case? Then what will happen? I don't know. Are you, etc. Next characteristic is spoken language is considered dynamic. It changes rapidly, and contracted forms of verbs are used. Contracted forms of verbs are used. For example, it isn't hot today. I don't know him. And tag questions are more common in speech. Generally we said, isn't it? Don't you? Should we? Etc. In speech, instead of writing or instead of speaking complete sentences, we prefer short sentences. For example, we said, please come home early. I will get bored. So instead of writing or instead of speaking complete sentences, we prefer short sentences. Another characteristic is that shorter words are preferred than full form of the full word. For example, we say phone, give me phone. Where is phone? So instead of a telephone, we say phone. Then we use photo for photograph. For the refrigerator, we say fridge. For the instead of a television, we say TV, etc. Then phrasal verbs rather than polysyllabic words are preferred. For example, put out, look into, etc. Then accent, intonation, emphasizes, speed, pauses and changes in loudness are expressive feature in spoken English. Then phatic expressions are regular part of our speech. For example, good morning, hello, hi, how are you, thanks, my pleasure, sorry, etc. Then it is characterized by false starts and fillers like you know, like, remember, okay, I mean to say, etc. So in fact, such type of starts or the fillers are not used in writing. Means in writing you don't say like, okay, I mean to say, etc. In speech, interpersonal skills and bad body languages are used many times. Means for example, when we speak, so the gap of our conversation is filled up with body language. Means for example, when we speak, that time, suppose if I want to ask you, do you understand? So, do you understand? Then I will raise my eyebrows. Then if you are, miss, I want to point out, if I want to ask someone, that time I will just look at that person and I will raise my eyebrows, etc. So in interpersonal conversation, many time body language is used, but it is not possible when you write. Then we need to learn certain speech convention like greeting. For example, when we meet someone, that time we greet those person. For example, suppose when I entered into the class, that time I say to you, good morning friends, good afternoon, hello. Or when you meet your friend, when we greet in conversation or in speech, we greet people, we thanks, we apologize, we say thank you, we say sorry if you commit any mistake, or if so, such type of things are there. And another important characteristic of speech is that speech fluency is the most important feature. Fluency means your words should come forward spontaneously, or you should speak fluently. Now we'll turn towards another point of the first module, and that point is a writing. So writing English. So first of all, we discussed about speaking English. So the writing. So as speaking is the primary medium, writing is considered to be the secondary medium. Means first we speak and then we learn alphabet, we learn sounds, and then we try to write. So writing is derived from speech, and many people think that writing is an attempt to record speech. So first we speak, means for example, when you want to write something, that time we think and then you try to compose your ideas, and then what you want to say, you try to record your speech. So writing is the record of speech. See, suppose if you are asked to give a lecture, or suppose if you are asked to participate in elocution competition, or if suppose if you are asked to deliver a speech, that time many time what do some miss you are asked, or you are instructed to write down what you want to say. So writing is an attempt to record speech. Then writing is censored, and it is possible to change whatever is written. For example, suppose you speak a sentence in the morning, you speak 10 sentences, for example. Time passes, and then in the evening, if you are asked to change your speech, is it possible? No. But suppose if you have written 10 sentences in the morning, and if you are asked to change those writing or those written script, is it possible or not? It is possible that you can erase your writing, you can torn pages, you can tear pages, and then you can destroy your writing. So writing can be changed. Second characteristic is that writing is relatively more permanent than speech. Writing is relatively more permanent than speech. So that is why we ask them that just give us something in writing. Or the bond papers have too much value. Why? Because in writing, whatever you have written, it remains permanent. Traditionally, all important documents such as office records and legal documents are in writing. Then, written language is relatively static as there is a tendency to follow rules. So in written language means we try to be perfect, we try to follow all grammatical rules, we try to complete the sentence, we don't write incomplete sentences, we try to be perfect regarding grammatical rules, syntax, sentence constructions. Then in writing, as I told, complete sentences are considered more appropriate. For example, if this is the case, I will file a case in the court of law. Or I am suspicious about his behavior. Or is he really a short-tempered person? Means when you write, so your writing has to be perfect. You have to follow all grammatical rules. Then in writing, full forms of the verbs are the norm. It is not hot today. I do not know him are used in particularly writing. In written language or in written communication, question tags are rare. Long sentences with clauses are common. So instead of writing small sentences in written language or in written communication, lengthy sentences are written. Full words are preferred in written communication. So we write telephone instead of a phone. We write photograph instead of a photo. We write refrigerator instead of a fridge. We write television, micro oven, etc. and long verbs with multiple syllables are used in written communication. For example, extinguish, anticipate, etc. Then in written communication, punctuation marks are strictly followed. Underlining, italicizing, and paragraphs are important in spoken English. Then phatic expressions are not necessarily used. And the question of body language does not arise, because when you write that time, you can't use body language, and fluency is not at all applicable in writing. So friends, in this way, in this class we try to focus on written and spoken communication. Before conclusion, let me wind up points that in the first module, the title of the first module is oral communication, and in this oral communication particularly we are using, or we are focusing written and spoken communication, or the written and or the speech. So speech, so if we compare speech and writing, that time writing is a primary medium, and writing is a secondary medium and speech is the primary medium. Speech is a spontaneous, and writing has to be written carefully. In speech we can't use body language. In speech we use body language. In written, body languages are not. Phatic expressions are not used in writing. Phatic expressions are used in spoken language. In spoken language we use short sentences. In writing we use lengthy sentences. Grammatically rules are not strictly followed in speech, but when you write, grammatically rules are strictly followed. Then question tag is not used in writing, and question tag is used in speech. So in this way you can make the difference, or you can divide uh, writing communication or the written and the speech. Thank you. Next class we will discuss the further point. Thank you.